Okay, so with our texture created, now let's create, go to Hypershade and let's create a shader. Let's create a metal ray material, and we create another MIA material. And let's set the preset here to matte finish. So 0 reflectivity, roughness, so just select select that preset here. And then we go in here and bring in our file. So click here on color, on that button here, then bring in a file. And let me click on that MIA material here and click here to inputs and outputs. And I don't need this 3D texture node and projection node, so delete that. Then I click here on that file node, turn off that filter, and then bring in our image. So it's our clock face texture 2 TGA. So loaded that up, and then we select here that MIA material, and then we hover over this file 1, middle mouse, and drag it onto the diffuse color. And now we call this clock face shader. Close Hypershade, and then let me go back to perspective, or the quad view and then perspective. And now let me bring in our geometry, and with that geometry selected here, let's say right click and then assign existing material. Let me move that up so that you can see this better. So assign existing material and then say clock face shader. And we see nothing here, so hit 6 on your keyboard, and that's showing up our texture. So let me hit 3 to go to smooth. And alright, so let's check out how that looks if we render that guy. Let me first change our render settings here to, let's set it to 1K square. And yeah, let's go here to our render view, and let's say render perspective. Okay, it's looking good so far. Yeah, so there's one thing, I don't really like the officially certified text here. It could be a little bit thinner, and the lines here, yeah, we could leave those like they are. But the cool thing is, because we created instance objects here for those lines, we could easily go in and say, okay, if we want to have those lines a little bit thicker, just scale those vertices of that one object and then render out another texture if you want to. But for now I leave it like it is, okay? So yeah, we got the first texture on the first shader here in place. So now let's take care about that shader of that outer ring. So let me hide that main plate here, and let me go here to my polygons tab and say show all. And yeah, so the red color here, that's coming from, I changed the color from that Lambert one, so it's not a big deal, so that you know why it's looking different here. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at our outer ring here. Let's hit Alt H to hide everything else, go to low poly view, and now let's check out our under our polygons tab here, let's check out the UVs again. UV texture editor for that guy. Let's select all the UVs that we don't really need, and select the shell, and then go here to polygons and copy UVs to into a new UV set. Okay, so we have the UVs here of that we don't need on a new set. Select all of those and say under polygons layout, and then let's switch back to our first UV map here, so to map 1, and then we again select the UVs that we don't need here, so select that shell and say under polygons delete UVs. Okay, so we have only the UVs here that we really need on map 1. So select that shell, and then again say under polygons and say layout. Okay, so let's check out how this is laid out. So let's select the top UVs here, and those are, if I go to the perspective view, exactly where we want them. Yeah, right up there. And now we are, we'll do the same process here for the texture, and we will create the texture here in Maya as well. And if you take a look at the reference image, let me show all, and Maya is slowing down here, so let me select that reference image. Hope Maya doesn't crash right now. Go to object mode, hit Alt H. Yeah, if you take a look at what's going on the outer ring, you see some numbers here, and for the numbers I will take that micro grammar extended font, and for the rest here I will create polygon geometry. And you see those little triangles here, and those little square type, and this rounded shape. So yeah, that's what we create here in Maya. And then again take our top view camera and project that. The thing is, and that's to be honest, I spent lots of time figuring out, if I turn off that grid so that you can see it better, to check out how many degrees are in between those little steps here. I really took me a long time to figure out. I thought there's some kind of a system, and it starts kind of like that there is a system in between those lines, and later on it's kind of like crazy here. So let me show you something. So if I go to Firefox, as you can see up here, I uploaded a JPEG that I created in Photoshop under my website. So you just go here and you will have that image. And I put in those degrees here. So that's the degrees that I will use here. So yeah, I will start off doing the first stuff here, and then I'll be back when I'm done with that. So if you want to have this JPEG, just go to my website here and type exactly that stuff in here, and you will have that JPEG as well, so that you have an idea how I rotated all these pieces here and why. Okay. So yeah, let's start with that. So let's first of all create a polygon plane again. And then let's switch to the top view. And let's move this guy up here. And as you can see, it starts here not in the center, but I will start in the center. So this is going to be the 0 degree one. So let me dial down those subdivisions here to something like 3. Let's even put in 1 at first. And yeah, we put it somewhere here and scale it down, move it down a little bit, scale it down a bit more, something like that. And then we take those verts here on top and we scale those down. Okay, this time I won't. Yeah, let's just take the verts here and merge those, so that we have a cool triangle here. And yeah, if you're happy with the size of that guy, you could scale that out a bit more, something like this. Once you're happy with that guy, yeah, you can go in and say, if you want to, freeze the transforms, and then let me turn on the grid, and then I will put the pivot here to the center of the grid. But yeah, let me pause the video and I'll go on in the next one creating that texture.